on how do you think we resolve the tension we saw in Mani's film? So if we're going to limit global heating to 1.5 degrees in line with the Paris Agreement, we're going to need to undertake a transition to renewables at scale very quickly. How can we prevent that very necessary project negatively impacting the communities that we see in the film?
Well, I think the key is in what Lucy said, and just first point is, I don't think this binary right or wrong. It's very easy for people's views to be polarised and think that every project by a corporation is evil and should be banished. There's a balance between development and human rights, and also there are tensions. So one sees it where land is set aside as parkland. Well, sometimes it's said to be very good for the wildlife, but very bad for the indigenous people. So there's this tension that needs to be managed. But the other thing is and why I think what Lucy said is the key. Unfortunately, just because a company is doing a renewable energy project, whether it's a dam or solar park, doesn't mean they're doing it for the good of the environment. They are primarily doing it, in the case of most corporations, for profit. And there is no doubt that there is usually a conflict between maximising profit and maximising FPIC, human rights, and so on. And there is no resolution to that. And unfortunately, a lot of companies, some really try and engage, a lot more pay lip service to all their protocols and grievance processes and policies and standards. But you speak to people on the ground, they say, oh yes, well look at our website's fine, but look what's actually happening here, out of sight and out of mind. So there is a conflict, but the answer is a mixture of engagement and use of legal action to get something that is both sustainable development and respecting human environmental rights. It's not an easy one to crack.
Mm.